Alright, this was my morning idea from 618. It was FITB. They came out, had to cut their dividend, and raise $2 billion in capital. So pre-market levels, I had 10.80 and $11. I originally was short when 70 dropped, and then 75 was holding the offer. So when 75 gets up, I'm going to pay for some, and then see how fast it goes up. I have a short bias, so I don't want to hold a long position for too long. So my goal is to short it as close to 11 as I can, and then I'm hoping for about a half point or 65 cents, because that's where that was the catalyst for the up move. So that's basically the trade I do in FITB, and here it goes. So right now I'm short 400 shares from 67 cents. Before, when 70 dropped, I hit it, and then 65 bought, and then I think that's pretty much was the catalyst for an up move. So when 75 cents lifts, I'm going to get out, because that was the last held offer I saw. More than the rest, I guess. So I flipped it at 75, got 77s, I guess, or 76s, 76 and a half. So 80 is a pretty big seller. He was a pre-market seller, so I figured enough volume was done between 65 and 75 cents that they'll lift that 80 cent, and we'll get a pretty good up move to at least 90 cents. So he lifted, and it's immediately 91 cents, which is pretty good. A pretty good up move for a $10 stock that quickly. So I lightened up at 93 cents or 90 cents, and then I'm trying to offer in the mid 90s, because I don't really think it's going to get above $11, because their second offering was for $11, and the theme of recent has been kill it below the second offering price. So continue to lighten up here. And then I want to try to get as short as I can, close to FITB. So I'm down 200 shares from 77 cents, and I can't get taken at 94 cents. So how can I make this bigger? Yeah. Sorry. Seems this is the biggest I can make it, I guess. Alright, so I'm down to 100 shares. I want to see if I can get like close to the fig. I'm holding on to a little bit just so I see how hard it is to get prints up here. And I've seen a lot of volume being done at 95 cents. So I'm going to cover above $11 and hit below 95. So hit already, because I thought EDGX dropped, but I don't care. I'm only covering above $11.
Just like above, below every time.
There we go. He drops again, so I hit it again. And the offer's now starting to sell, so now they're starting to hit the bids a little more aggressively. So it didn't really go down as fast as I thought it would, so I'm going to try to lighten up in the high 80s, low 90s. So now I'm down to 1,400 shares. And the last level was 75 cents and 80 cents, so I'm going to cut down to half my position around those levels. And then I'm going to hold the rest to see how low we can go. Just bought back another 100 shares at 85 cents. Bid in 77 for a little bit in case they hit through a little bit. This actually kind of takes a while because it's a really thick stock, and I don't know if... Oh, sorry. Being distracted because Chad's like a monkey on the keyboard next to me. So I've covered a pretty good portion of the position around this 80-cent level. Oh, there we go. So 80 drops. And now I'm waiting for the 65 and 70 buyers, see what happens with them. Because that's where the original up move started from. So there's a big bid for 50,000 UBS at 70, but the stock, it's only 940 and it's already done 8 million, so, or 7.5 million. So that's not really significant at all. I actually want to see how that bid's hit, if they're going to hit through, or if people are going to try to buy a couple thousand shares in front of them. So I don't really use that as a level. I more or less use it as a catalyst for the stock. So I bid for 200 in front of the 70. So 75 comes and starts to sell a little bit, which is cool for me because I got a short bias. But I'm wondering if the seller's going to keep selling 80 cents because that was the pre-market level. So above 80 cents I'm probably going to cover. Above 85 definitely cover everything. But as of right now, above 80 I'll cover. And then someone called out a big bid in FNM, so I bought a couple hundred shares. Yeah, I stepped up, so I bought 200 more. But since it's not my play, I'll be out of it quick. And FITB's between 72 and 80 cents, so it's going to break one way or the other. Then it hit that 43 pretty hard, so I just hit out because I figured that bid would be hit anyway. So now FITB tries to go 75 bid, can't even hold it for a second, he gets smacked immediately. So go down, stock. So I covered them at 200 shares, or 100 shares at 71, 72 cents. And then I would hit more below 70, but I can't. So see how they hit that bid for almost all of it in big chunks. So that's pretty good for me, because anytime there's a pretty big bid, they smack it pretty hard and selling a lot in big chunks on the offer. So I figure that the majority of the order flow is going through the sellers. Now if they were paying for 3,000 and lifting a couple offers at a time, then I would think the bigger orders are on the buyer.